Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm your host, Gabbo Say Something. We back with another one. I guess we're gonna rock with the public interviews. We got the public interviews must be stopped. Oh man. In my opinion, bro, I'm not gonna say they must be stopped, but I have noticed the public interviews that tend to go viral or the ones that are trending are usually the ones that where they're just basically trying to get a reaction out of the people that they're interviewing. And it'll be the dumbest questions or it'll be a prank. Sometimes it goes wrong. But it seems like nowadays we have everybody doing anything for content. And when it comes to, getting eyeballs to watch your content, you got to do some outlandish, outrageous, kind of uncomfortable things just to get a reaction that's going to get you clickbait. So I think that's what we're dealing with now. We got real life NPCs behavior going around in society where people are just being idiots for the sake of content. But we're going to get into public interviews must be stopped.
Public interviews must be stopped. Like, I feel like ever since the doors from lockdown opened back up, these public interviews have come back in full force. I've seen nothing but public interviews on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, MySpace, everything. Every time I open up a social media platform, I always see somebody with a mic walking up to somebody and shoving a mic down somebody's throat. It's honestly insane. 5 years ago, public interviews were actually pretty big. It started off pretty innocent with YouTubers like Smooth Geo basically going around his school and asking people trick questions. And then from there, it just went to people asking freaky questions. I don't know where this jump came from, where people went from asking trick questions to freaky questions, but it just happened. And this actually went on for a few years until the pandemic hit. Once the pandemic hit, everyone was inside, nobody was really outside, and how are you gonna do a public interview inside your crib, So yeah, public interviews really died down. But like I said, now since everything's opened back up and everyone's pretty much back outside, pandemic has been over for a fat minute, public interviews are back and bigger than ever. And instead of being in a longer form format, there are public interviews in long form format still, but they've gotten pretty popular in a short form format. Now don't get me wrong, there are some pretty funny public interviews out there. One of my favorites right now are the public interviews where the guys are kind of mean to the other person, but it always ends up being funny. Here's an example.
The question is, what's one of your biggest achievements you earned in life?
One of my biggest achievements, I would say, was I was working in the manufacturing.
Boring.
Fuck y'all niggas.
Even though that was kind of messed up, the man was literally about to pour his heart out. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty funny. Let's be real. Another type of public interview that I like are the ones where they'll go up to somebody and they'll ask if you could give your
not the fuck y'all niggas. The fuck y'all niggas is crazy.
Are the ones where they'll go up to somebody and they'll ask if you could give your younger self advice, what would it be? And usually
I see that all the time.
That they're talking to always gives the biggest wave of motivation ever.
And if you were to go back in time and have a conversation with your 20-year-old self, and you were starting from zero, what's the best advice that you would give to your younger self?
The best advice I heard was the world becomes a better place when a man plants seeds for the future generations for shade that he will never enjoy.
Those are pretty good. And then you also got the public interviews.
That's a good one.
Yo, what do you do for a living? I feel like everyone's seen one of those videos,
What do you do for a living?
But when I tell you these public interviews are starting to get out of hand, bro, tell me why. I'm at the gym the other day, getting in a quick workout, just running on the treadmill. I look up and I see on the TV screen, there's this commercial in a public interview format.
What is the dumbest thing you've ever wasted money on?
I was paying for 2 Netflix accounts over 3 years.
That's $1,400,000. How'd you figure that out?
I saw an app that shows you all the monthly subscriptions you have. And
Even
how much you pay.
even the people behind marketing in today's modern day commercials, they're taking social media things that work on social media and now they're putting on the big screen. I feel like television is almost a dying breed because of all these streaming platforms and social media. People don't run to TV no more. So one thing I started noticing, whenever you watch a commercial, you'll start to see little subtle hints and reminders of social media, whether it's something that correlates to social media. You probably have noticed it too when you watch certain commercials, but I feel like they're trying to take what social media got and put it on the big screen to get people back into watching TV.
Get this fake ass commercial on with these Mr. Beast edits out of here. Bruh, that is a paid actor. That is not a civilian on the street that you just went up and interviewed. Bro, the acting is literally worse than the acting on the Black and Orange website, bro. These people gotta get on. Look, I don't know who created this commercial, but I'm gonna tell you right now, your target audience does not want these fat ass letter edits on a commercial. Look, I'm gonna be real. TV is for older people. you know? I don't really see a lot of people, or at least a lot of the youth watching.
Yo, to say that TV's for older people blows my like, and that's where we are as a culture and a generation, son. People don't sit there and watch TV anymore unless what? Unless it's some type of big event, some sports event. I can't even, yo, bro. Even my favorite shows, I don't even watch them live on TV. I just wait till they upload on the app. And I still deal with commercials, but like, it is what it is. Like, that's the evolution of where we are today.
TV as much as they used to, you know? Growing up, I used to watch a lot of TV and also YouTube, but I can only imagine that kids are only really watching YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Netflix, Disney Plus nowadays. And when I imagine somebody watching TV, it's usually an older person, like a grandma or something. Bro, no random grandma is gonna buy Rocket Money because they seen that they threw some Mr. Beast edits in their commercial. I promise you, not even a toddler would purchase this if they could. You know those memes of like those undercover police officers trying to fit in? That's kind of what this commercial feels like, bro. Like, it feels like a terrible attempt to fit in with the youth. It's honestly atrocious. But if you thought that that was bad, bro, it gets even worse, because the other day I was actually scrolling through Twitter, you know, getting in my daily scroll, and I saw this public interview pop up, you know? I was like, oh shoot, a public interview, let me watch it, you know? Public interviews are pretty eye-catching. Tell me why this was a public interview of a woman asking people to stick their hands in their pants and give her a smell check, basically touch their balls and let her.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Some things you just kind of shake your head at. Like, I'm trying not to feel too old when it comes to critiquing what I see people do, but I don't know too many people that got behind that. I hope that shit ain't a trend. Like, come on, bro.
Sniff it.
So I'm here with today.
The homie.
Rich homie Quan in the building. Y'all know what it is. So my question for you today is, could you stick your hands in your pants and let me smell your balls?
Bruh.
Yeah. I guess that's where we're at as a generation, man. I'm trying to find the words, and I just, without trying to go off, nah.
Go ahead, stick it in your hands, let me smell them. I want to see how it smells, because you know, niggas be stinking. Okay, it smell good, y'all. Smell check, it smell good.
Like, this ain't a Manscaped ad. Why are we going around asking people to sniff their balls in public, bro? That is actually wild. And you know what? Actually, since we're asking questions, why did this man agree to that? Like, the fact that this man actually stuck his hand in his pants, you know, rubbed his balls for like maybe a second or so, pulled his hand out, his crusty little ball hand out, and put it up against her nose, and she just started sniffing that like a hound, bro. That is absolutely crazy to me. I'm not gonna lie, dudes will do anything when the baddies come around. Oh, you said you wanted me to put my hand in my pants so you could sniff my balls? Anything for you, my precious little queen. Like, what are we doing, bro? What has society even come to, dog? Can we also talk about what is this woman even wearing? This woman got on like 37 belts as a skirt. Don't get me wrong, A for creativity, but what the F even is that, bro? This is also blurred out, so you can't really see it, but she has like a belt on as a bra, which is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. I legit don't know what's worse, the question in this video or this woman's fit. I'm gonna definitely go with the question if I'm being real. Asking people to sleep.
I ain't gonna front. You look at the fit and you think about the question, it's crazy that it's even a debate. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, the question is horrible, bro. Like, I try not to judge people, especially other content creators, but man, oh man, I kind of draw the limit. Like, I'm not letting you smell my balls, bro. That's what we got to do to go viral. You want to smell my genitals?
Sniff their balls in public. That's kind of crazy. Another style of public interview that I think is pretty cringe are those obviously fake public interviews, like this one right here.
So how does it feel to have a sister that has an OF?
My friends always ask me if it's pink, but I don't really know what they mean by that. Do you know?
I've never seen these.
Click the link in my bio. I can't.
Like, this content is edited for a child, but this woman's over here trying to promote her OnlyFans, which I think is just kind of weird. And why did this woman even have to drag her brother into this? Like, why are you over here asking your little brother if it's pink, bruh? I just know that this man be getting the meanest swirlies when he goes to school because of this. For y'all that don't know, this is actually the girl from the Mr. Beast Squid Game video. She was 067, and basically, after the Mr. Beast Squid Game vid, she basically started an OnlyFans.
I was running out of ideas.
I'm just gonna start no fans.
Yeah, she's now over here pimping her little brother for the OnlyFans subs. Like, it's pretty crazy. And if you thought that that one was bad, here's another obviously fake public interview that's pretty cringe.
Back shots are missionary.
If you gonna look at me like that, I'm gonna lay you down and I'm gonna eat it.
All night.
I'm gonna suck it. And then once you shaking and shit, I'm gonna keep sucking it. I don't care how sensitive it is. I promise. I'm really a munch for real. Bro, like, come on, son. Why are we doing yo, folks? And again, this is what, content creating and the internet has breeded. This is the direction that we're all heading towards, and it's not even the worst. Nah, this meme is funny. This is only gonna get worse, bro, and more cringe. Because, again, if you have common sense, then you kind of know these shits are scripted or fake or cap, because they're just so uncomfortable. Like, no one just on a whim of the dime is gonna do that. You know what I mean? But you got to think that it's appealing to the younger audience because they're not really old enough to understand BS. Like, you know what I mean? So it makes me wonder who the hell are they marketing this kind of shit to, bro?
This is the single most cringiest thing I've ever seen. And brother, when I tell you,
I've never seen that one.
Degrassi in high school. Not the old Degrassi, the new Degrassi. And this is more cringe than that. My guy is over here faking the corpse husband voice pack.
If you gonna look at me like that, I'm gonna lay you down and I'm gonna eat it.
I like eating things. Like eating food.
My guy is over here trying to deepen his voice like, yo, shawty, I'ma eat it. Like, bro, get on somewhere. My guy sounds like he has morning breath in the afternoon. Like, I just know that this man's breath is hot. And why is this man flicking his tongue out back and forth like he's some sort of Pokemon? That is absolutely disgusting. What do people expect when they post something like this? Like, do they expect everyone to go like, oh my gosh, they're so freaky, oh my gosh? You can just tell it's fake because there's no way that this public interview just started with both of them chest to chest, just talking freaky deaky to each other, bro. Like, what is this, dog? For the people out there that think like this video is real, go try this. Actually, I was gonna say go try this in public, but at the same time, if you do, you might like run off with a sexual assault charge or something. Do not try this, dog. Do not try this. What's funny is there's actually a parody of this where instead of asking back shots or missionary, they ask back shots or a good career.
Back shots or a good career? I will pass on the back shots. I want to focus on myself. I strive for a well-organized schedule that balances work and personal life, allowing me to focus on my career goals while maintaining a healthy lifestyle.
Not the edits.
I don't know why this one is just super funny because this man is like flicking his tongue back and forth, yet he's talking about having a well-balanced schedule. But since we're talking about public interviews though, I feel like I should bring this up. There's actually this trend going on right now where people will go up in the street and ask women if they'd rather be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear.
Would you rather be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear?
Bear. Men are scary. With a bear.
What I've heard about bears, they don't always attack you, right? Unless you like fuck with them. So maybe a bear.
Depends what man, but probably a bear.
Oh, 100% a bear.
Depends what man and not depends on what bear? Where do you find these women at, yo?
Which is like terrifying to say, but
Definitely a bear.
I'm not gonna lie, these answers are pretty baffling. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some creepy, weird dudes out there in the world, you know? Some creepy, odd dudes. But I guarantee these women would never genuinely want to be alone in a forest with a literal bear. Like, you are not Khabib. You are not fending yourself off from that bear. No man is gonna do nearly as much damage as what that bear could possibly do to you. Like, they out here acting like they said, would you rather be stuck in a forest with Jeffrey Dahmer and R. Kelly or a bear? Like, bro, they just said a man. Like, I don't know. I just found
it's
this
just so
weird.
cringe.
Like, nobody said you were gonna be in a forest with freaking.
And I ain't gonna front. It just plays into the propaganda where it's just like women versus men every single time. You rarely see these interviews or content creators. You know, whenever it comes to like relationships or just information about the opposite sex, it always kind of seems like it's a mental warfare, right? It's women against men and men against women, and neither side is like ever vouching for one another. So even in the hypothetical scenario where you're asking someone a question, would you rather get stuck with a man or a bear? They're just wired to say bear as if that makes any logical sense. Like, you know what I mean? And you don't even believe the shit that you're saying. It's one thing to pick a side and stand there, but at least believe what you're fucking saying. I'm trying not to curse. Oh, I just love the fuck. Damn, that was crazy. I was going to say, I just like to effing curse, and I said, what? That's a cap, man. You're not trying to stay in no woods with no damn bear. We all know it, bro. Like,
Genghis Khan, dog. dog. Like, I don't know, I kind of an arcade or a bear. Like, bro, they just said a man. Like,
Facts.
I don't know. I just found this kind of weird. Like, nobody said you were gonna be in a forest with freaking Genghis Khan, dog. Like, I don't know. I just found the answers to that question really dumb. Like, do you see the size of these bears? Don't get me wrong. Like, bears do look pretty cute and cuddly, you know? When you see a bear, you just think of like one
No, they
giant
don't.
dog. But I promise you, bears do damage. Bears are some of the scariest creatures out there. One-on-one with a bear is an absolute death sentence. I promise you. But yeah, that's just like my 2 cents on public interviews. I don't know. I just felt like talking about public interviews in this video. I thought it would be pretty funny. Don't get me wrong. There are some good public interviews out there, like I said earlier. But at the same time, why are we sniffing people's balls in public? That is just absolutely odd behavior. And why are we also making these fake ass interviews? Like, come on, bruh. Like I said, that is a paid actor, bro. Like, you're not fooling nobody with that acting. But yeah, all that being said, this is gonna wrap up the video. If you guys made it this far, I appreciate you. If you guys enjoyed this video, then I highly recommend
Hit the like button, man. I rock with Cameron. Yeah, but it speaks to the time that we're in, bro, and it's only gonna get worse because people are gonna constantly keep trying to push for the next big hit. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. I'm gonna holler at you guys next video. If you like, hit the like and subscribe button for more content, man. I'm your host, Gabbo Say So. Appreciate y'all for pulling up.